Hey y'all, I'm Hanny XOXO and welcome to or back to my channel. I run a small crochet business called XOXO Crochet Plus Whimsy where I sell mostly crocheted plushies, all handmade by yours truly at in-person markets. I also try to post every single thing that I make on social media, and I really have been being good about this, y'all. I try to post it everywhere. I'll have all of my socials linked down below, as well as any other links or patterns that I mention in today's video, as always. Today is Wednesday, November the 12th, and I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm starting this week's vlog when it's already like halfway through the week, but my market is coming up this Sunday on November the 16th. So I've been just really getting into gear with the market prep. I've been really just trying to crochet my hands off, making little plushies like crazy. I'm also, I don't know if I definitely have mentioned it, but it's been a while. I'm a very slow crocheter, so it does take me a while to make things. I got a lot of stuff going on, y'all. I just have joint pain, a lot of, nobody cares, but all y'all need to know is I'm a slow crocheter, and I've been stressed, so I just have not had time to film. But finally, I was like, I need to come on here today, let y'all know what's been going on. I also did celebrate my birthday this weekend, and okay, I'm not even one of those girlies who's like crazy about my birthday. I really don't care about my birthday. Like, I don't know. I really don't care about it, but I just wanted to mention it because my auntie, who was so sweet and kind, actually sent me a birthday gift in the mail that is like crochet related because she sent me 4 skeins of Parfait Chunky. Can y'all believe? Uh, I can't even believe it. This is just honestly the sweetest thing ever of her. I don't even know how she knows about my love for Parfait Chunky because she is not in the like crochet world at all. She used to be a knitter. She used to do a lot of knitting. I don't think she so much does that anymore, but even when she did do knitting, she only made pretty much, scarves, beanies, wearables using acrylic, cotton, worsted weight type of yarns. So I don't know how she even knows about Parfait Chunky unless she watches the channel, which shout out Auntie if you are watching. I think she might know because I think I've said it on TikTok before and I know she watches all of my TikToks. So maybe that's how, but I just thought that was so nice of her and I wanted to share that with y'all. If you're wondering specifically what colors I got, I did 3 of these colors I have tried before. So this one, Carrot, if you watched my last week's video where I did a yarn haul, you might recognize this color because I ordered some of it and I love it. So I'm so happy that she got me more of it. We also have Mustard, which is another color that I also ordered in my past yarn order. And in that video again last week, I mentioned about how mustard is one of my absolute favorite colors. I use it all the time. It's a huge accent color. I've literally used this on a majority of my pieces that I've made recently, and I just think it's a really pretty color. So very grateful for that. Next we have Cocoa, which I'm super happy that she sent me this color as well. I did not order this one in my most recent yarn order, but I ordered it I think in like the haul that I did before that. But I really love this color. It's one of the newer shades of brown that Premier Parfait Chunky has, and it is such a nice color. I've literally almost gone through the entire skein of the one that I got in my last yarn order, and so I'm so happy that she sent me another skein of this. It is such a good skin color, hair color. I'm excited to show you all the plushies that I've made using this color. It's a really great color. Love Cocoa. And the final color we have is Cornflower, which I am so excited about this because I have never used this shade of Parfait Chunky before, but I think that this is a really nice like dupe or I don't know if you can call it a dupe if it's not like discounted price, but basically it's like a very similar color to the color that I use for my blue Stardew Valley type of chickens. But the yarn that I currently use for those guys is, if you watch my last video, I'm sorry, this is a repeat, you'll already know, but I use either the Chenille Home Slim or Sweet Snuggles Light. I think it was Sweet Snuggles Light, but I can't remember what shade it was in, but it's like the blue, the really blue shade. Now it's called denim, but I don't think it used to be called denim. Anyway, all y'all need to know is that this color looks so similar to that color, and the problem is that my blue chickens always turn out a little bit bigger than all my other ones because I use Parfait Chunky for my other chickens, and for some reason my blue chickens, I'm still using the Michaels yarn for those ones because when I started out markets, I was just using kind of yarn from all over, but now I am trying to make my yarn more uniform. I want to switch everything over to Parfait Chunky, so I literally don't know how she like read my mind that I wanted to try this color, and I just couldn't justify it in my yarn order, but she freaking got it for me, so shout out to her again. Thank you to my auntie. And that is my mini yarn haul, mini birthday yarn haul. Thanks so much again to my auntie for this Parfait Chunky. So back to the market prep of it all. So as I said, I've been going super crazy with market prepping since the last time I updated y'all. I've made a lot of really cutesy little plushies. They're pretty much all just mini guys. As I said, I'm a really slow crocheter. I got a lot of chronic illnesses and chronic pain going on, but I try my best. That's why I am so grateful that this can be my job right now, because I can kind of take it at my own pace with everything else that I got going on. But enough about me and my life struggles, because today what I really want to get done with y'all is showing y'all what I got to make the little cutesy keychains that I want to make, and kind of trying to put them together with y'all, trying to brainstorm. I wish that I could post this video before my market so that we could actually brainstorm together. Maybe I really do just need to start going live, because it's so hard for me to make decisions on my own. But I don't know if anyone would actually watch the lives or give me input. I don't know, but it's so hard for me to make decisions. But at least I can kind of record it and show y'all what I do decide to do. Maybe even give y'all some ideas for your markets if you're wanting to make cutesy little keychains. But even though I'll probably be posting this after my market, because the next video, by the way, that y'all see after this one will hopefully be a market vlog. Hopefully I can get some good footage at the market, and as I mentioned in my previous videos, I do my markets with my mother-in-law, so hopefully she's also like a content girly. I'll have her TikTok linked below, so hopefully she'll want to make some cutesy little market content with me. But back to this week's vlog. As I mentioned, I've been market prepping like crazy, and I have a lot of little plushies to show y'all. We will get to those in a little bit, but I am really just trying to rush against the clock right now, and I need to get to these keychains. I need to make some decisions on my own, which is going to be hard, but we're going to run to Pinterest, I'm sure, to find some ideas, because y'all, it's crazy. Even though I'm technically a full-time crochet artist as my job right now, I used to be in the science field. I'm a STEM girly. I have such a science brain, and it's so hard for me to be creative sometimes and to think of like cutesy ideas. So thank goodness for Pinterest. I will try to find some ideas on there, and we'll see what I can come up with. So first, I so far only have 3 little plushies made. I'm gonna go grab those to show y'all and do just a quick little pattern review, let y'all know how it went making those little guys, and then we will get right to putting them on keychains, and I will show y'all again everything that I got, and we'll try to put together some cutesy little keychains. Alright y'all, so here are the 3 little Christmas plushies that I've made so far. I'll of course show y'all each of them individually so you can see them better, but just to give you a little view of them and how little tiny and cute they are literally the absolute perfect size for a keychain. So highly recommend these guys, recommend this pattern. if you are wanting to make cute little Christmas keychains, which by the way, I've been trying to pull it up for the past like 15 minutes on my tablet, this pattern, to let y'all know what it's called and who the designer is, but my tablet is tripping, of course, and I can't pull it up, but of course I will have a photo on the screen right here for y'all to see the pattern. And of course, as always, I will have it linked in the description in case you guys do want to try these guys out for yourself. I will say my favorite of the three, which I already knew was going to be my favorite kind of, but even after crocheting them, by far the easiest one to make, in my opinion, and the cutest one, again, in my opinion, is the little gingerbread guy. I think this guy is so cute, and I would honestly even make a bunch of these guys to throw into like a little $5 minis bin, which, who knows, maybe I will end up doing that because these guys were so fun and quick to make. And as for the yarn, of course I used all Parfait Chunky. His body color is acorn. His icing is cream colored and his little buttons are made with poppy. As for his eyes, I did use 9mm eyes. I, again, get all my eyes on Amazon and I'll have them linked down below. And yeah, I think that's all you need to know about this little guy, but he's just so adorable, and honestly, I would recommend this pattern just to make these cute little gingerbread men, because, I mean, come on now, they really are so adorable. This guy is so cute. And the next of the three that I made was the little reindeer, which I honestly still can't understand the antlers. I don't know if I messed them up or what, but they do not look like the photo in the pattern, I feel like. But I still think that he is super cute. I'm not mad about it. Plus, he'll be on a keychain with a lot of cutesy little charms and beads and stuff. So I doubt anyone will be noticing the particulars of his antlers. But for this guy's coloring, I did use almond butter on his body, and I used cocoa, I believe, for his antlers and his hooves. And as for his little muzzle, I used marshmallow, and for his little red nose, I did use poppy. And again, I used the 9mm eyes for this guy. Again, super, super cute. And even though the antlers, again, like turned out kind of weird for me, I still think he's so cute. And I think you can totally still tell he's a reindeer regardless. And next we have the plushie that I definitely had the most beef with, and that is the little Santa Claus. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I think he is absolutely adorable. This finished product is absolutely adorable, cutesy. I love it. I mean, come on. He's so freaking cute. But he just I'm sure you can tell by all the colors, he just had a lot of color changes, and for a plushie this size, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of crashed out. I kind of crashed out while I was making him, but it doesn't matter because in the end, he's so cute. Plus, since again, I am planning to put these guys on keychains and not just put them in like a $5 minis bin, I don't really care that it took a long time to make him and that it did require so many color changes, because I mean, I'm probably gonna put a $10 or $15 price point on the keychains, so it's honestly, it's all good to me, but for me, I wouldn't recommend doing these little Santas to just put in like a $5 minis bin, because I, again, personally, I don't know why I always say it's in my opinion. Of course it's in my opinion. I'm saying it on my channel, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I just feel like I'm saying negative things and I don't like it. I like to be positive, but it's not even a negative thing. It's just my experience, okay, y'all? It just took me a little while to make him. I already mentioned I'm a slow crocheter, though. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier for y'all. And again, no problems with this pattern. It was very easy to understand, very straightforward and simple. It just took me a while to make him, and he's a little guy. So that's why I maybe wouldn't recommend him for a $5 minis bin, but everyone's different. So if you get this pattern, you can totally try him for yourself, and maybe you won't even have that experience at all with him. Maybe I'm just crazy. By the way, for his coloring, I did use Poppy for the red color, and then I just used white for the white color. For his skin tone, I used Shell, and then for the belt and the boots, I used black, and then his eyes are the same size as the other guys, just those 9mm eyes. So again, here are what the three little plushies look like all together, and now let's get into trying to make these keychains. Alrighty, y'all, welcome to my crafting room, aka my office, aka my dining room table, aka my nightstand, because you know we live in a tiny home over here. But I got this area all ready for us to start making some keychains. As you can see right here is our cutie little guys. I really do just think these guys are so adorable. By the way, I think I forgot to mention it, but for the hook size, I just used whatever hook it was that was mentioned in the pattern. So I did stick to the pattern for these little guys, but I just can't get over how cute they are. I'm so sorry. I can't stop staring at them. They're so adorable. Definitely worth all the time it takes to make them, especially specifically this little Santa. Definitely worth it because oh, look at how freaking cute he turned out. It like really was worth it. And again, happy that I'm putting them on keychains because I'll definitely be charging more than $5 for them. But now that we've talked enough about these plushies, y'all have already got your moment plus more. Let's get on to all the other little thingies that I got from making these keychains. So first things first, I wanted to show y'all what my plan is for the keychain. So I kind of tried to explain it to y'all just using my hands and doing like an air diagram type of thing. But basically, right here is where the charms are going to be. And then right here is where the plushie will be. And then right here is where the little like friendship bracelet type of thing is going to be. And then, of course, this is just to attach it to your purse, your keys, your backpack, whatever. But first we have all of these guys, which I actually got all of these main keychain bases from Shein, believe it or not. But I've been using these ones since my very first market, which it's basically just this part with the ring. And I was just attaching my plushies to that, and it always worked great. But of course, now I'm trying to step up my keychain making game, trying to make them a little bit cuter. But if y'all do just want to make some basic crochet keychains, highly recommend just getting, you don't even have to get them, like obviously I just got mine on Shein, but they have ones on Amazon as well. I'm sure you can just get these at any craft store too, but they work perfect for a little keychain. And then for the ones that I got for the charms, I will definitely have these ones linked down below. And I'm gonna link everything that I show y'all today in one single list on my Amazon storefront. So if you guys are looking for specific things shown in this video, you can find them all at the one link. But these are what I will be using for attaching the charms. By the way, these little mini rings right here, I actually got those when I made my beanie, my Halloween beanie, and it's just these right here. It comes with 200 and they're so cheap as well. So highly recommend those. Oh, sorry, there's some charms in there still from Halloween, but these worked great for attaching my Halloween charms, and I'm sure they'll work great for what I'm wanting to use them for today as well. And then for the little friendship bracelet aspect of it, I got this pack on Amazon that came with these beads, and they have multiple different kinds of packs. So if you're not wanting to make your keychains for Christmas time, they have a bunch of cute little color beads. You can find a bunch of things. It also comes with cute little charms, which again, there's a bunch of packs. So if you don't want Christmas ones, they also have like cutie little hearts and things like that. And then, of course, it also comes with the string. And then it came with bigger C-rings, but I just think it would look better on the smaller C-rings. So I attached it to one of the rings that I already had. But if you are wanting to use the bigger rings, it does come with the bigger size rings as well. And sorry if I keep calling them C-rings. These ones aren't C-rings. I literally cannot remember the name of them. I don't know why I always forget the name of them. But they're not C-rings. They're the other kind of ring. But you get what I mean. Now onto the best part, debatably. Well, I don't know if this part is the best for the actual crochet, but the charms. And I tried to lay some of them out, some of the cutie little ones up here so you can see what it comes with. But it comes with a huge different variety of charms. Maybe at a later time, I'll try to lay them all out for y'all so you can see everything it comes with. But it comes with a duplicate of each one as well. But I just think these are so cute and perfect for Christmas, whether you're wanting to make a little keychain like me, or if other people in the community have suggested like stitch markers, which I think would be so, so cute. And I honestly just feel like it would be cute to attach these to just a straight up piece of crochet, kind of like how I did with my beanie. I've made a few other pieces for Christmas that I've even been thinking of attaching charms to, so we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated. But I just love the charms. I also was thinking about filming another charm shopping video similar to the one that I did for Halloween. I was thinking of filming a little Christmassy charm video, or maybe just a charm video of general charm shopping, because y'all, I am obsessed with all these charms. I think they're so cute. I love crochet, but if there's something that is like right under crochet that I love, it would have to be charms. I mean, they're just so cute and pretty. I love them. And I do also want to get more charms, just general charms to sell at like everyday non-holiday themed markets, of course. But let me know if y'all do want another charm shopping video, because that's actually my best performing video on my channel so far. And I had so much fun with that video, so I would definitely want to do that again. So that is everything that I got for making these keychains, and I think I'm gonna try to make one, try to whip one together. The thing that I feel like I'm struggling the most with is trying to figure out like what word I want to put on here, but we'll see. And hopefully the next time I come back to update y'all, I will have a super cute little keychain to show y'all. Alrighty, y'all, I just finished the first keychain and I think it is so cute and perfect. I just love how it came out. It's exactly how I was envisioning in my head, with the little plushie in the center, and then the little chain of charms, and then the little friendship bracelet type of deal on the side here. And I just think it's absolutely adorable. I love it. I think it's perfect for the Christmas time. I feel like this will be the perfect little like Christmas gift. Like I said, that's why I don't even care if these don't sell, because I'll give them out as Christmas gifts, because it's so cute and it has like, I don't know, I just love all the little embellishments, all the cute little things. You get a little bit of everything. And I honestly, I know I said before that I was gonna look for ideas on Pinterest, and I did do that. But everything that I found, as for the words, people just did people's names. And obviously, like, I'm not gonna do that because I don't know what people's names are gonna be, and I'm not just gonna put like a random name and hope for the best. So I thought it would be cute to put ho 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 because it is Santa. And then for the reindeer, maybe I can do like something that has to do with Rudolph. And then I was thinking about the gingerbread man too. I was trying to think if there was like anything from the Shrek movie, like, because I love that little gingerbread man. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about what I'll put for those guys. But that's why I started with the Santa, because I thought ho 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 would be really cute. And I love the little like Santa bead and present bead, all that stuff. And then these are the three charms that I chose. I just want to do a little bit of a variety, and I wanted to put a Santa on it since the whole keychain is Santa themed. And again, I just really love how it turned out. I also, by the way, will be cutting this string, of course. I just need to glue it first, but I wanted to just show you guys before I do all that, since this glue does take a little while to dry. But yeah, I just love it and love how he turned out. I'm excited to get to the other two. Hopefully I can make the keychains for these two little guys tonight as well, but I think my fiance should be coming home soon, hopefully, It's pretty late. She's working nights now. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but that's why a lot of my filming has been at night. But if I don't get back to y'all today, hopefully tomorrow we will be back for another update. And I also want to show you all everything else that I've been crocheting in the meantime, between time as well. Also, since I do have this displayed on the table, I guess I should tell y'all this is what like my mother-in-law makes and sells at the markets, since I always tell y'all that I do the markets with her. This is her gig. She does not just pens though, she does like everything beaded. Again, I'll have her TikTok, her shop, all that stuff linked down below if y'all are interested. Just want to give her that little shout out since I'm like, oh, that's right on display right there. But I love my little pen, it's so cute. Sorry about my nails again as well. Earlier, also, I thought like I had a really gross, like dry skin on my nails because I have really dry skin in general. But no, it was just a piece of tape, luckily. But now that I've had to like pull all these rings open and stuff, look at how badly my nails like got all busted. I think at this point I need to just take off the nail polish and whatever. But it's so sad. I just love having my nails painted for my videos and stuff, but it's just too hard when you have to be working with all these little keychain pieces. I guess the only thing that might worry me a little bit about this is I feel like it looks so cute, of course, when I have it displayed all nicely on the table with all the charms, the words, the plushie, everything showing. But when I display them in my markets, I do hang them up. So I'm just hoping that that will translate well at the market. I will definitely have to be adjusting these guys throughout. We also are stressing because we just found out about how it's supposed to be storming on the day of our market, and we're in an outside booth, and we tried to ask the coordinator if there was any room to move inside, and she said that there wasn't. So I'm honestly hoping that we're still going to be able to do this market. I don't really know like how bad this storm is supposed to be, but we'll see what happens. I still really want to do it, but I also don't want my plushies to get ruined or anything. So I'll definitely be keeping y'all updated. But no matter what, I'm still again really happy that I made these. These were one of my projects that I just want to do for fun, just to de-stress and kind of tap into my creative side of my brain, because like I've said before, it can be hard for me to be creative sometimes, and this was really, really fun to make. Highly, highly recommend making like super cute keychains like this if you have the time to. Hey y'all, today is Friday and now it really, really is crunch time. I just wanted to show y'all what I've been working on. I did most of this yesterday and I'm just finishing some up today, but if you can't tell already, these are my tags that I use to tag my plushies, and they're nothing special, nothing original, but I don't know, I do think that they are really cute, so I just kind of wanted to show y'all like how I make them, because these are so easy and inexpensive to make and they're so cute. It's so awesome having custom little tags. I had to start using these other stickers that I have, these butterfly ones, because I used to use these stickers that have my actual logo on them. Well, I guess my logo has changed since I first started doing markets, but that used to be my logo. So I do have two different types of tags going right now. But basically, what I do is I start with just a basic white round tag, and I got these on Amazon. I'll have them linked down below if you're interested in using the same ones. But you can really get these anywhere. You can even get them at the Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. I know they have them at Target and Walmart, and they have them honestly at a lot of different stores. You can find these at many different places. And then I also get these stickers. And I actually get my custom stickers, believe it or not, on Shein. You can make custom stickers and they're great quality and they're so cheap. I'm pretty sure a pack of 100 is like less than 10 bucks. And they always come out so cute and high quality as well. I was trying to order some in time for this holiday market, some like holiday themed stickers, but I just didn't get to it in time and I already had these stickers, so I was like, there's no point in ordering more, especially holiday themed ones that I can only use at one time in the year. And I really love these butterfly stickers, so I just opted to use those. And the last material that I use for my tags is small white like dot type stickers. Hopefully you can see that well. And I also got these ones on Shein too. I will try to link the Shein stuff down below as well if I can find it. And I use these so that I can change out my prices if I need to. So for example, this little popping mushroom I'm planning to sell for $5, but in case I do want to change my mind, I can easily replace this little sticker and change out the price. So definitely love doing that. I didn't do that for my first market, and so many tags had to be wasted because I'm always changing my prices up. So definitely recommend doing little stickers like that. I'm pretty sure you can even get these from like Staples, probably also from like Target and Walmart. But I have never had to get any more of these ever since I got this pack on Shein. It came with so many. So this is how I make the tags. Pretty self-explanatory. I just take one of the white discs and then one of the stickers, place the sticker kind of in the center of the disc, making sure not to cover up the hole that we're going to put our yarn through to tie it onto the plushie. And then on the back, well, this one isn't written yet, but usually I put the little white sticker directly below this hole here, and that's where I write the price, and then I write the item name right above. Again, here's another completed one to show y'all what it looks like. Okay, enough about the tags, but I just wanted to kind of show y'all how I do it and how simple and easy and inexpensive it can be to make your own custom tags. And now I'm going to clear off the table and take out the plushies that I've been working on this week to finally show y'all all of this week's makes. All right, I am so excited to show y'all what I've made this week. And this time I'm gonna just show y'all on this table so that we don't have my crazy background that I usually have going on. Hopefully you'll be able to see the plushies a bit clearer. I also feel like I'll be able to focus on the details of the plushies and letting y'all know all the everything ins and outs of the different patterns and everything if I show y'all this way, because I'm always so worried that the plushies aren't in frame or something, but this way I can really see what's happening. But let's get right to the first thing that I worked on this week, which is this cheeky turtle. And this guy was actually supposed to be a mushroom cheeky turtle, and hopefully he still will be, but basically the reason why he's just like a body of a turtle without a shell or anything, or the little mushroom hat, is because I cannot find my red yarn anywhere. My Premier Basics Chenille Bright Poppy has gone missing, y'all. I don't know where it's at. I swear I still had some left. I'm pretty sure the only other project that I've ever used that skein on has been other mushroom cheeky turtles, which I've only ever made one with that kind of yarn before. So I don't really know what to do. Again, it is Friday and my market's on Sunday. So I'm gonna really have to make a decision tomorrow and try to figure out what color of shell to make him. I wish I would have made him a little sooner so I could have asked y'all for advice. But so far, I'm leaning towards maybe pink, because the pink kind of reminds me of like Toadette from Mario. So maybe I'll go with the pink, but I don't know. I wish I had red. But I just want to show y'all that I did start making a cheeky turtle, but I don't know why I'm always doing this to myself. I really, really need to check, triple check, make sure I have the right colors of yarn before I start a project, because now I'm just stuck with this guy. But the good thing is that I do only use this mushroom color of the Premier Basic Chenille Brights on Mushroom Cheeky Turtles, so luckily it's not a waste because this yarn would have been used for this project anyway, but it's really bothering me that I can't find the poppy color. I will post a photo of where you can find this pattern on Etsy up in the corner as always with its current price point and everything. And as always, all of the plushie patterns that I show you will be linked in the description. For this guy, I did again use the mushroom color of the Premier Basic Chenille Brights, and I'm pretty sure I used a 6.5mm hook for him as well. As for the eyes, I want to say they're 12mm of the cutesy little kawaii eyes. I'm pretty sure 12. They honestly might be 10s though, but something like that. I did make him again first thing this week, so my memory is going away a little bit with what I used for him, but he did turn out really cute, even though he doesn't have his shell or hat yet. I also will say my one biggest tip with these guys is always to make sure to understuff them. So even if you feel like you didn't stuff it enough in the end, it needs more, whatever, no, you probably already stuffed it too much, because I definitely understuffed my guy and I feel like I still might have put too much stuffing in him. I don't know, actually. I feel like he's kind of perfect. But my problem is I always overstuff these guys and then their booties are just way too big. So definitely make sure that you don't put too much stuffing in these guys if you do decide to make them. Alright, y'all, this next item that I made this week is probably my favorite. I think these are absolutely adorable, and I'm so happy that I finally bit the bullet and decided to make them. But it is the popping little mermaids. And aren't they just so precious? I cannot get over how absolutely adorable they are. I made 3 different ones, again, with the colors that I said that I was going to use for them. So I did just use alternating colors so that they're all matching, all uniform. This is the first one that I made, and honestly, she was supposed to have brown hair, and it wasn't even intentional, this color combo of the mint with the pale blue. But once I did do that color combo for the tail and the bikini top, it, come on, y'all, it looks like one of our favorite Disney princesses. So I had to change her hair and make it red. And this pattern, which by the way, this pattern is by Cable and Canvas, which she's the one who makes all of the popping little fidget patterns that are absolutely adorable. This pattern does have 3 different ways you can make the hair, actually 4, I believe. So one of them is these little pigtails, the other one is the 2 buns, and then we also have the single ponytail. And there's also another modification with just a single one of these buns on the very top of the head. But this pigtail mod, you are supposed to put the pigtails on the top of the head, but I wanted to make it look a little bit more like our favorite Disney mermaid, so I did put the pigtails at the bottom of her head. I was thinking about putting more strands all the way around to make her have really flowy hair, but I just didn't get around to it, and I still have a lot more plushies I have to prep, so I just stuck to the little pigtails, and I think that she's absolutely adorable. As for the yarn that I used for her, I used Shell for her skin tone, I used Pale Blue for her bikini top, I used Mint for her tail, and I used cardinal for her hair. And by the way, all of the yarn on these is Parfait Chunky. I specially ordered all of this yarn to make these guys. Oh, also, the cheek embroidery is the same yarn that I use on all of my plushies' cheeks. It is the Juicy Couture Luxe Velour Sparkle in the color Soft Glow. So I love using that color because, again, it just has little bits of sparkles in it. Sorry, it's so blurry. I'm trying to get it to focus, but it has little sparkles in it. So it's just really cute. I love that little touch of sparkle to it. And as for the eyes, I used 9mm eyes. And I believe I did use a 5mm hook, but it might have been a 5.5 for these guys. For this little mermaid in the middle, I used Cocoa for her skin tone. I used Mint for her bikini top. I used Rose for her tail. And I used Black for her hair. And same cheek color as the other girlies. And then I just used some worsted weight yarn to make little bows to attach to her buns. I still need to glue these down, clearly, but I'll definitely get to that before Sunday. And then our last little girly pop, literal girly pop, I used pale blue for her tail, rose for her bikini top, almond butter for her skin tone, and I believe this is marshmallow for her hair. And for the ponytail part of it, I also used some worsted weight pink to make it look like she has little pink highlights. I just, put both yarn colors on my hook, crocheted with both of them, and I think it turned out so cute. And I put a little bow on her head as well with that Juicy Couture yarn. Again, still need to glue it down. But yeah, I think all three of these girlies are so adorable, and I'm so excited to bring them to my market. Again, last time I did this market, I had so many people request mermaid related items, and I had none. So I'm excited to be returning to this market now with mermaid items to see how they sell. And the final items that I've been able to complete this week are these 5 popping Christmas fidget toys, which, oh my goodness, they're rolling everywhere. This pattern is also by Cable and Canvas. I also highly recommend this pattern. I recommend every pattern, at least all the ones that I've tried so far from Cable and Canvas. So far, I have not come across a bad pattern that she's written. She is by far one of my favorite pattern designers. I know that every time I go to do one of her patterns, it's gonna be a bit of a break for me because they're so easy to follow. She gives little tips throughout the patterns. So I highly, highly recommend her patterns again, especially if you are a beginner to amigurumi. Her patterns again are just laid out really well and they're very easy to understand. But specifically onto these little Christmas guys, I still have one more variation to make. It is currently in progress. That is the reindeer pop. But these guys are all so adorable. Of course, they all pop and they're just so, so precious. Look at how cute the Santa is. I love him so much. Again, so easy to make. As for the yarn that I used on these guys, all of the green yarn that you see, except for this Christmas tree, this green yarn here is all seaweed salad. For the Christmas tree, I did use emerald because I wanted a little bit of a darker colored Christmas tree. All of the red accents that you see on them is made with the poppy color. All of the white that you see is, of course, just made with white. The black on the penguin is black, of course. The orange noses are made using carrot. The skin tones of the elf and the Santa is made with shell. And the hair color of the elf and the stump of the Christmas tree are both made in cocoa. And again, all of this yarn is parfait chunky. I believe that I did use a 5mm hook again for these guys. I used whatever it was that was specified in the pattern. I also used the same 9mm eyes for these guys, but I do have some good news. I did finally find my 10mm eyes. They were in my car, so I can finally start using 10mm eyes again, but these ones are all 9mm. And oh, the only thing left is the star. I used the Juicy Couture Luxe Velour Sparkle in the mustard color. I'm not sure if that's actually what the colorway is called, but it's the one that looks like a mustard color. And again, it's sparkly, so I feel like it makes such a cute little tree topper. And I love that it actually, at least in my mind, I feel like it looks like a star, right? Like, it actually does look like a star on top. I don't know. I just think it's really cute. I think all of these are super adorable. One thing that I will say is that, for example, my white yarn is really ugly, really gross to work with. It's super stiff. And that does kind of translate in these popping toys because this one is a little bit harder to pop just because that yarn is so stiff. But for example, is this one's with the poppy. This one is like a lot easier to pop because that poppy color is just so much softer than my white this time around. But that's the only downside honestly to these guys, and it has nothing to do with the pattern. It just has to do with the yarn being a weird texture, but the pattern itself is amazing. Again, I highly recommend it. And I am excited to see how these guys sell because if you remember in the first time I did this market, I brought Easter themed items because that market took place right before Easter and none of the Easter items really sold. So maybe it really isn't a good idea for me to be taking all of these Christmassy themed items to my market. But I just love like holidays. I love holidays in general, any holiday, and I love making holiday themed plushies. So this was honestly just a project that was kind of fun for me. And again, I feel the same way about these that I feel with the keychains, where if they don't sell, I feel like I can just give them to all of my little nieces and nephews and cousins as gifts because I think they're really adorable. But we'll see if the people at my market think the same thing. So this is all the plushies that I've completed so far this week, as well as my little keychain plushies. As you can see, I did not finish these keychains yet. It was so late that night. It was even later than I thought it was. And I ended up just going to bed like right after I filmed the clip where I made this little Santa keychain. But hopefully I should get to these guys. I mean, it'll either be tonight or tomorrow, right? Because the market's on Sunday, so hopefully I'll get to that. Of course, I also have some whips going on. I have the cheeky turtle, little booty turtle, and then I also have some little bees. I also have a few more bees off to the side that just need their wings and antenna sewn on. So hopefully I can get to all of those. And so far on my inventory sheet, I have a little bit over $600 in inventory, which, if you did watch my first retro market recap of me going over how the market went the first time I did this market, but again, the spring version, my sales were really low. I didn't sell that many items. It is a very, very small market, so I don't expect there to be a lot of foot traffic. It's also storming right now. We're having a massive storm. I still don't know for sure if we are gonna be doing the market on Sunday. It'll really depend on the weather because we are currently in a flood watch, but we shall see. I'm really hoping that we can still do the market because I don't know, I'm just excited to do it. I haven't done a market for a few months now and I really want to get back into it. But of course, safety first, and I don't want my plushies to get ruined either because I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet because the first time I did do this market, we were inside, which I did also mention in the video where I talked about that market. And this time, that is the one thing that is different is we're going to be outside, which usually would be a great thing because as I did mention in that video as well, there's much more foot traffic at this market if you are outside because people don't really know to go inside of the building. But, like, now the problem is that it's supposed to be storming, possibly flooding, so obviously being outside is not really a good thing in that scenario. So, again, we'll see what happens, but if I don't do this market, I for sure want to try to sign up for some sort of other market before Christmas because I feel like these little Christmassy guys can sell really well if they're given a proper chance. Right now, I'm gonna work on trying to get these little bees finished up and sewing their little wings and such on because at this market, people really liked the bee that I brought last time. I did only bring one of these guys and it sold almost immediately. People really liked it and thought it was super cute. I want to make sure that I bring more of these guys this time, and this is the little variety that I use as well. I think they're so cute in the different colorways. In my perfect world, I would of course be finishing up these keychains right now, but I know that the keychains are lower on the priority list because, again, the holiday items didn't sell well at all last time I did these markets, and the bees people really liked. So definitely have to be a bit strategic right now since I don't have that much time left and I want to go finish up these bees. So I'm gonna get to that and then hopefully I'll be back with some sort of good update soon. Hey y'all, I'm back with some disappointing news. So today is Sunday, and if you've been keeping up on the timeline at all, you might be asking, oh my goodness, how did your market go? You had your market this morning. How was it? And you'll have to find that out in next week's video. Bye bye. No, y'all, I'm just kidding. You know, I wouldn't do that to ya. Well, maybe I would if things actually went to plan with this market, but y'all, my fears came true. The market not only was rained out, but completely flooded. I guess our area where our booth was supposed to be was just inches underwater, and so they wouldn't let us have the market. And there was also still the indoor area because, as I said last time we did this market, we were placed in the indoor area and the lady who runs this event, she told us that she'd let us know if anyone did drop out last minute of the indoor market, but of course nobody did. So we did not get a spot in this market. It was canceled, at least for us. The outdoor portion of this market was canceled. So I am pretty bummed about it because I did have a lot of cute, especially holiday items that I was really excited to try to sell at this market. But the one good thing is that because it is a really popular holiday time of the year for holiday markets, I'm sure that we can find another market to get into before Christmas time. But I really wish that we could have done this market. But of course, the one weekend out of the whole year that it had to rain, and not just rain, but full on storm, had to be this weekend. So we couldn't do this market. Our booth fee was just transferred to the spring market. So, again, the version of this market that we did already in the springtime, I guess we're going to be doing that again in the following spring. So, we'll see how that goes. If you did watch my first market retro recap video, you'll know it didn't really go great for us. But we are gonna have a spot outside. Hopefully, it won't be raining that day. It shouldn't be. So, we'll see. Maybe we'll have different results. So, at least we can look forward to that. And in the meantime, I'll definitely be scrambling to try to find us a market. I was really trying to find us another one this morning while I was just laying in bed scrolling through my phone. And the other issue is that a lot of the booth fees are just so high. Like, the one that I really want to do, the booth fee for it is $165, and it's just hard to know if we should do it or not, especially because the booth fee for the one that we were supposed to do today was 70, and we didn't make any money back from that yet since we couldn't do the market. So, having to spend another $165 possibly on top of that, I don't know, y'all, but that market is a really big one. It's not like this other small one. That one's a really huge one. It's supposed to have 15,000 people there. It's supposed to have a lot of foot traffic. I know it has a lot of foot traffic because I've been to that one before and it is really cute. I really enjoy it. I, of course, wasn't there as a vendor since I just started doing markets this year, but I've gone there as like a patron before and I had a really great time. So, I really would love to do that market, but we'll see. Of course, I'll keep y'all updated along the way, as always. But even though the market was canceled, I believe I was showing y'all the little bees that I was working on last time I updated y'all. So here they are. Now that they're all completed, they were all ready for the market with their antennas and their wings all sewn on, and of course their cheeks all blushed up. I actually make these bees using a free pattern from Instagram, which will definitely be linked below. As for the yarn on this little guy, I did use Parfait Chunky for the whole thing. For this variation, the yellow and brown one, I used Summer Squash for the yellow, and I used Cocoa for the brown, and I used Cream for the wings. And then for the yellow and black version, I used Sunshine for the yellow, black for the black, and white for the wings. And for all of these guys, I used 10mm eyes. I used a 4mm hook for the bodies of the bees. And it's kind of a funny, well, I don't know if funny is the right word, but I don't know, silly, goofy story for the wings, because I actually already had 4 of the white wings just sitting around in my whips bag, and I initially made these wings also using a 4mm hook since that's what I used for the body. That's also, I believe, what the pattern said to use. So I thought, oh, okay, 4mm hook, that must be what I used for these as well. No, they came out so tiny compared to these wings, and I ended up having to size up to a 6mm hook to make these wings in this size. And I actually prefer the bigger wings on these bees, so I'm happy that I did already have these ones in my inventory and that they were a little bit bigger, because I don't know, I just like the look of them with the bigger wings. I like that you can see the wings from the front of them, how they kind of stick out, because before, when I would make them, I remember the wings being smaller. I must have just used, I guess, a 6mm hook for the bodies as well when I used to make them, because I remember the bodies being bigger than the wings, and I remember you weren't able to really see the wings like this. Like, you couldn't push the wings forward and see them because the wings were so tiny before. So I definitely do prefer the bigger wings. So if you do make these guys, I personally recommend sizing up your hook size for the wings, just like one or two hook sizes, just to make them a little bit bigger than the body so that they stick out. But of course, that's just personal preference. Do whatever you wish. And that is all I think I have for y'all this week. I'm sorry to be ending this video on kind of a bummer note. I did try to throw in the little bees at the very end, try to make it a little more cheerful, but not being able to do that market today really was disappointing. But like I said, I'm trying not to be too down about it because I feel like if there's any time when I could possibly last minute get into a market, now is the time. I mean, I'm sure that even if spaces are filled up at markets, I could still get on some sort of wait list. It's happened to me before where I've gotten on a wait list and then someone's dropped out last minute, and I've literally heard like 3 days before the market that I've gotten off the wait list and into the market. So you never know, it is possible, but it's just stressful, you know. It just, I wish that things could have worked out, but can't look into the past, just gotta look forward into the future. And I'm sure that I'll be able to find another market. And I'm also still wanting to try to open up an Etsy or something. So, again, I'll keep you all updated with all of that. But I don't know, Etsy's been giving me some weird issues with trying to verify my identity or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully, I can figure it out soon because I would love to open that up and start selling things online. I think that would be a fun thing to try to get back into and really give a good try, because back when I had my website, I really did not put the effort into it that I know that I could have. And now I am ready to really dive into all of it and put in all the effort that I need to. Oh, I also opened up, or whatever, my community tab on here, or whatever it's called, the post one, and I'm pretty sure that now they made it where anyone can post on your community tab. I'll for sure have to look more into it, but I know that before it used to be like only that person can post things on their own community tab, but I'm pretty sure now, like, all of your subscribers and stuff can also make like cute little posts on your community tab. So I thought it would be so fun to like start sharing our things that we're making on the community tab so that everyone can see what all y'all are making every week, maybe get inspo from each other. I just thought that would be a really fun way to all of us as crocheters, or even if you're not a crocheter and you just are here watching this, if you participate in some other activity, you can even post that there as well. I'm sure that we all have other similar hobbies that aren't crochet. I know I have a lot of other hobbies outside of crochet, so I just thought that that would be a fun little thing to mention in a way that we can all kind of connect with each other through art, crochet, or whatever other hobbies we want to connect with. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. I would really appreciate it. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my face and my cute little plushies on your feed. Also, if you've made it to the end of today's video, make sure to leave me a comment down below, anything that you've liked, maybe some words of encouragement, because I am feeling a bit disappointed about the way that things ended up with this market. So I would really appreciate some encouragement. But as always, if you have any other thoughts or comments about anything in today's video or outside of today's video, make sure to leave all of that down below. Or if you're more of a shy girly like me and you don't really like to leave word comments, then just leave me some sort of rain emoji, storm emoji, gray clouds, I don't know, whatever they have emoji, because this market definitely got stormed out. They would not even allow us anywhere near the area that we were supposed to be in. Ugh, disappointing, but we gotta move on, gotta keep pushing forward. So definitely leave me some sort of stormy emoji to let me know that you've made it to the end of today's video and to leave me a little bit of support and encouragement. Again, thank you so much for watching this week. I hope you all had so much fun hanging out with me because I know I had so much fun hanging out with all of y'all. And have a magical rest of your day. Bye bye. Y'all, I am so silly. I never wear my ring during the day because I am doing housework all day long or crocheting. But then during my videos, I want to be wearing it, of course. I'm not trying to come off as single, but I film like my whole entire intro without it, and then I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go put it on. So shout out if anyone noticed that, but that's why I always like don't have my ring on for the intro and then it randomly shows up midway through the video. But thanks for staying till the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this little secret scene. Bye.